What's up, everyone? Christian here for week 2 of Warrior Picks. Last week on Facebook, I made just a post about my predictions for week 1. Wasn't able to make a video because there's a lot of crazy stuff happened last week. But this is kind of how I want to do things now, making a video each week of my weekly NFL predictions. I'll just be picking 5 games. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to try to make these videos as quick as I can. No promises, though. This one might be a little longer since I'm kind of introducing what I'm doing. But yeah, so I'm going to post these videos to my YouTube channel here and share them on Facebook. So be sure to give a like and subscription, and feel free to share. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while now, so I figure why not start simple just with some picks and all that. Maybe I can evolve it into something where I'm talking about sports each week, just posting a video each week, just talking about sports, and maybe have people chime in, call in, whatever. So if it turn into a podcast even, I'll see where this goes. So without further ado, I'll just dive in, recap week 1. As you saw in the introduction, I went 3-2, so could have been worse, could have been better. We'll start with my lock of the week. Last week was the Eagles, and fortunately they blew a 17-point lead to the Washington football team, so that kind of sucked. Then had the upset of the week. I got that one right with the Cardinals taking down the 49ers behind DeAndre Hopkins' dazzling debut. Then the Seahawks game, got that one correct as well. They looked pretty convincing in that 38-25 victory over the Falcons behind Russell Wilson going 31-35, I think 322 yards or something like that, 4 touchdowns. So hope Russ keeps cooking like he did in week 1. Then I had the Ravens-Browns, and I had the Ravens correctly winning in that one as well. That was kind of a no-brainer. Browns are the Browns and Ravens are the Ravens, Lamar Jackson. And then the 5th game I had was the Packers-Vikings, which I got that one wrong. I guess I had a little too much confidence in Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, and turned out to be quite an offensive shootout, though, in that one. The Packers defeating the Vikings, I believe it was 43-36. So here we are for week 2. Hopefully I can do a little better than 3-2, get that record up a little bit. So we'll start with my lock of the week this week, and I'm pretty confident this one should turn out all right. So we got the Chiefs versus the Chargers for my lock of the week, and I'm taking the Chiefs, say 40-17. Some points I just want to hit real quick in this one. Just the Chiefs offense looked dominant in opening night against the Texans with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. If the Chiefs can have that running game all year, it's going to be really hard to stop them. You throw in a running game with Patrick Mahomes on offense already, and that defense has been improved over the last couple of years. It's going to be hard to stop the Chiefs then. The Chargers, the injuries keep piling up for them. They lost Derwin James before the season even started, and now they've lost Mike Pouncey this week. That's a huge loss to lose their starting center. That's going to kind of shake things up on the offensive line. So I think the Chargers are going to have too many injuries to overcome this week and the coming weeks. And then finally, to quote Chris Collinsworth, here's a guy, Patrick Mahomes, who how do you stop this guy? It's Patrick Mahomes. You can hope to slow him down, but he's still going to find a way to beat you. So lock of the week, Chiefs over the Chargers. Now my upset of the week. I might catch a little flack for this one, but I'm feeling pretty confident in this one. I'm rolling with the Texans-Ravens game. I'm rolling with the Texans over the Ravens, 33-31. We got Deshaun Watson versus Lamar Jackson. I'm looking forward to that matchup. That should be a good battle between those two quarterbacks. One of my dark horses for the season, a player to watch out for, is David Johnson, and I think that this game he'll really show people that he's really kind of reinventing or rebirthing himself this season with the Texans. I think he's going to do pretty well. I think that could be an X factor for them down the road. I think he'll be the X factor in this game. And I can see the Texans offense, I think they're going to start clicking more this game than they did week 1. And the way I see it, if the Texans offense can keep Lamar off the field, that's the best defense against the Ravens offense that they could have. Because the Texans defense definitely is suspect, but if they can keep Lamar off the field, I think they should be able to pull out an upset this week. Now, next game, one of the random games I chose was Broncos versus Steelers. I think this will be a good defensive game. I got the Steelers winning 20-10. The Pittsburgh defense I think could be the best defense in the NFL this year since, the Patriots lost a couple players on defense, which we'll get into that later with the Seahawks game. But their defense with Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, Mika Fitzpatrick. That defense will get after you, and it's hard to throw in them as well with that secondary. And just the Broncos with Drew Lock, their offense, I think it's just going to take them some time to click and get going. I do like Drew Lock. I think he's a good quarterback for the Broncos heading in the future, but it's going to take more time to get things going for them. And both of them have good defenses, but the Broncos not having Von Miller, that's going to hurt them not only this game, but the entire season, of course. So I think that's a difference in this game. Now, my next game, the other random game, was I chose the Saints and Raiders. And I have the Saints winning this one 20-23, but this is really a toss-up. I feel like the Raiders are kind of the team I see as being a little underrated. I think they can make some noise in the league this year. For the Saints, no Michael Thomas for the next several weeks. That's definitely going to hurt them, but they still have a pretty good offense to run through with Kamara, Cook, and Emmanuel Sanders will step in and probably become the number one receiver. They got Traquan Smith. So I think Drew Brees, though he didn't look good week one, I think that he'll be able to work with what he's got outside of Michael Thomas, and they'll miss him definitely, but I think they'll still be able to make it work. As I mentioned, the Raiders, I think they're underrated, and I think their defense is underrated too. John Gruden, he's a good coach. I like the guy. He knows what he's doing, so I think that the Raiders can make some noise this year and surprise some people. Now, I know the one side of the Raiders, on the other side of the ball, is the offense led by Derek Carr. That is the questionable part. Derek Carr, he looked good that one year, was it 2016, where for some reason he got some MVP votes when Russell hasn't gotten any MVP votes, but we won't talk about that. But for the Raiders to take that next step, I feel like they're eventually going to have to move on from Derek Carr. But yeah, I got the Saints in this one, 28-23. And finally, not last but certainly not least, the Seahawks game this week. The Seahawks versus the New England Patriots. Both these teams obviously are very different from the Super Bowl day, which I don't want to get too much into. But for us fans, that stuff still lingers. And I know we beat them back in 2016 on Sunday night, one of the best games I've watched as a Seahawks fan. But I still want to beat the snot out of them again. So I do think it's going to be a close game, though. We still kind of learned about the Patriots under Cam Newton and this new offensive era they're in now, post-Tom Brady. But I got the Seahawks winning this one 24-16. The Patriots defense is still pretty good, even though they're missing quite a few pieces for players who decided to sit out the season. They're still pretty good, though. They still got Stephon Gilmore, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. So that's going to be a good challenge for DK or Tyler Lockett. I feel like Bill Belichick will probably put Gilmore on DK more than Lockett. So I look for Lockett to have a big game this week. We got Pete Carroll versus Bill Belichick and Cam Newton versus Russell Wilson. I mean, that's a pretty enticing matchup to me alone off that. And just with the Patriots, I'm not too convinced with them after their Week 1 win against the Dolphins. I mean, they won 21-11, but it wasn't much of a convincing win to me. I've got to see more from them, see more from that offense. Hopefully not this week, though. They can take a little longer to figure it out with their offense, but I got to see more of this new offense under Cam Newton. And then just my other thing I'm looking for this week is Russ going to continue to cook? We saw it Week 1 against a rather porous Falcons secondary. So this week, the game plan might change up a little bit to run the ball more because the Patriots got a pretty good secondary still, as I mentioned, with Stephon Gilmore. So we might see them run the ball more, it's fine. But as long as we still allow the offense to flow through Russ, let him cook, as we keep saying. So yeah, that's my picks again this week. So again, I got the Chiefs over the Chargers, the Texans over the Ravens, the Steelers over the Broncos, the Saints over the Raiders, and the Seahawks over the Patriots. Feel free to chime in the comments. If you have any picks, you want to make the picks for those games, or you want to just make picks off any other game you want to make, just feel free to chime in the comments. So again, I'll be trying to post these videos every week, either Friday or Saturday. I'm recording this one right now, Friday night. It's 9:40 at night, so I'll probably post this sometime on Saturday, but I'll try to get these out every either Friday or Saturday. So please like and subscribe the video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I don't think you can subscribe to the video. Again, it's getting late at night. It's been a long day. I'm tired, so forgive me. But yeah, so like the video, subscribe, feel free to share, chime in with your own predictions, and I will see you next week. Go Hawks!